Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Little Blue Fly. What can I say but other than sometimes we just simply need to run away? And I did just that, and it was wonderful. I feel rejuvenated, ready to go. It's just so many different things in life, right? That just sometimes they just pile up and just keep piling and piling, and it was too much. So I had to listen to my inner girl, and I ran away. And again, it was wonderful. It was much needed. I went out and I did a little shopping. I celebrated a couple of birthdays. What else did I do? Oh, I went thumbing through magazines, and I started reading a new book. Just, I kicked my feet up. I went out, I did some gardening, which I will be sharing in the near future. But again, just things were taking place in the back office of things here. And so there was just some things to just take care of. So my apologies. My apologies. I was to have a spring tour. That just did not happen because I'm human, right? I'm just that little girl that sometimes gets tired. But I'm back now and ready to have amazing adventures here at the Little Blue Fly. So that being said, let's begin, shall we? Okay, it is Transformation Station here in the living room. I've been having fun with, a little bit more of a neutral palette here lately, but now it's time to get back to the girls' roots, and that is bringing in the warm, rich textures, colors, just the depth, the layering. I'm back. I'm refreshed, and I'm ready to get busy here in the home. So I'm trying to pull back as much as possible. We will see more as the videos start moving along here this next week, since I am officially back now. I want to work on this wall and just bring a little bit more color and depth to things here in this area. As you see, I have removed the table. For those of you that are new, you'll see if you go back into my videos, it was a sweet little neutral colored wood table, spiraled down at the bottom, the fun fairy tale look and feel with a couple of wicker chairs. As you can see, my sash on the basket is playing in the cool air of the air conditioning, because we are having a no day outside, way too much humidity for this girl. Okay, so again, I removed the table, the chairs. I have these fabulous, from an estate sale, these vintage Florentine pictures and frames. Well, I switched it out. I have shared how I went about this in other videos, but I decided to use all of my estate Florentines on this wall. This is something I have not done. It is new here on the channel, and I look forward to sharing this with you all. Okay, have the ladder out. We're going to be going up and down and up and down on this wall here. And I decided to place one of the larger Florentines in the center on the side of the landscaping piece of artwork. That was a Facebook Marketplace find. You will see things are going to change quite a bit. already just having the two Florentines here, it has already brought forth some nice depth. So I placed another one up at top. I just have 3 of these larger vertical Florentine frames, and I thought, okay, let's place one on either side and one up at top and just go from there. See what happens. And even if you don't have these type of frames, this would look super sweet even if one went out there and found some frames, vintage or new. I know Hobby Lobby has a really nice selection of frames. So as you can see, I added 2 more oval up at top. Decorating with frames, it's just really endless possibilities. Okay, I added a couple of the Florentine mirrors up at top. And as you can see, it's building. I have the baskets up on the rod over here with this old round frame, and I will be changing things up a little bit. We'll get to that in a moment. And then I decided to add my prints these were an eBay find. The little girl down on the left is called The Visitor. And I don't remember the name to the one up at the right, but I surely do. With my pictures that I have in my home, I like to make different fairy tale stories in my mind. And with this setting, I just, I pictured, the little boy and little girl waking up before mom, going out and picking some wildflowers for her to spread them around the house. But first they wanted to play in the little bird's nest. So I decided, because I didn't want it to look so, matchy-matchy on the left and right, I wanted to split things up a bit, and that is why I flipped the pictures. But as you see, this right here, it is going to change a little bit on in the video, because many times when I'm decorating a space, I change my mind. I just go on a different journey. I never pre-plan when I decorate. I just sort of go with it. So what you see, we are experiencing it for the very first time together. So changes are coming. I have everything pulled off the table, cleaned up, decided to keep the basket there for my curtain tie back. I will tidy that up in a little bit. And now it's all about bringing in the warmth and the depth and all of the rich, but yet bright as well, time to time, type of colors into my home. It's a big game changer. Are you ready for it? Because it's happening right now. Are you ready? Well, you're just going to have to wait a little bit longer because I decided to decorate this 2-tiered metal wire French, it's a basket, like a tray, a stand, and I will make sure to share links of my decor as well. if they're offered. So I wanted to give a close-up here of my plants that I decided to place in on the top part of the stand. And I went with, I had these, if you remember, in my home in Virginia. I had a very long plant, but through the move, this is all of this is it. This is what lived through the whole ordeal. I did go ahead and repot them, and as you can see, the leaf up on the green pot to the left, it's like a light yellow green color. All of them were this color, and some of them even going into a white. So it was like a white yellow. So I'm very, very pleased to have all of this green back, because it really makes my heart cozy and comfortable to have green plants around in the home. So down below on the table, I have this sweet, two of them, smaller round plaques that came from Robin King Designs. I will share her in my description box. Make sure when you go and visit her site, if you find something that you just must have, in her coupon box, put the little blue fly, and she will make sure to give you a kind discount. This is her Pansy artwork that is in a willow basket. Love the colors. Who doesn't love that? The purple with the rich purple with the blues and the pops of yellow. They're just wonderful. And then back behind, I have one of Robin's larger oval plaques, and this is of her lamb with flower baskets. I will probably keep these up all through summer. I am going to start moving along into more of the summer decorating, just because we're not having spring weather anymore. And it makes me sad, because I'm starting to open up my door now and have these no days. And what a no day is, for those of you that are new, it's when I open up the door and I hear all these weird bug sounds everywhere that I'm so not used to, because I'm from California. But here in North Carolina, there's just, there's these creatures that like to really talk and sing out loud. And when I hear them, then I am greeted in my face with a very hot, heavy pillow and cotton balls that feel like they're going into the back of my throat. I cannot breathe. It is not pleasant at all. So I say no. And I close my door, and that is that. And we revisit outside again the following day. Okay, so with Robin's plaques that I just so love decorating with, I added an antique brass lantern off to the right, and inside I placed a blue and white flameless candle. I will make sure to link these. They can be found in my Amazon storefront. And for those of you that love to decorate with blue and white, or have been thinking about starting to decorate with it, these are a must-have. The glow is amazing. And of course, blue and white pops beautifully off of brass, or basically anything for that matter. Okay, so I would just want to pull back here a little bit and let you see so far what we have going on here. Again, there's going to be several color changes taking place in the living room this coming up week. I might take a little break because I did start putting together a little reading nook out on my porch. But are you ready for the color change? here we go. My signature neutral black. Love adding the color black into my decorating. It just gives depth and warmth, character, comfort. I just love decorating with this color. And I just think it works perfectly in this corner. Get rid of so much. Now, neutral is beautiful. I do, and I do watch some channels that have beautiful neutral decorating going on. I adore it. And I get inspired and ideas, and I just change it up a little bit by, instead of adding the neutral, I place in the color. That's what's so nice about decorating. We can really go back and forth, right? If we want to have more of a neutral tone for a while, we can do that. If we want to go back to the richer and the darker, the warmer colors, we can do that as well. This piece I found several years ago when I lived in California. And here we have some French writing on top of the table. And again, you see the sash being playful and that cool air-conditioned wind. That makes my heart happy. But again, I'm moving into more of the summer decorating because it feels like summer outside. I added in one of my flow blue plates, and I put in, sometimes I say flow blue and sometimes I say blue flow. Don't chop my head off. Just do not. Okay, it is whatever I feel like saying at the moment. I know what it is, and I know what beauty it brings to the home, and let's just leave it at that. I have a sweet little brass candle lamp that was thrifted, and next to it is a little copper tin filled with vintage watch faces. And that's right, over to the left, you can see I just tucked in a little bit of that old rusty goodness, and it is a lighter color, so it'll bring a little bit more light over onto this side of the table. And inside is some faux sedum. So we have lavenders going on here, rich, deep plum colors and blues with brighter yellows and the green. I mean, the green just really brings it all together. It just sort of grabs it and just makes everything stand out to me. In this setting right here, what's the one thing that really stands out for you? I would love to hear what you think it is for yourself. What is it that is speaking to you? So I have this wood box here. I have something else. I had to place it down. And opening it up, there are quite a bit of, these are old mechanics to watches. And because I love clocks and watches so much, I had to pick up this piece. But instead of opening it and displaying it for right now, I'm just going to use this as a riser. And then here I have a new book, Cozy White Cottage, Create Your Own Cozy. And there's quite a bit of neutrals going on inside of the book, again, that I just love thumbing through. And in my big runaway that, I really ran away. I ran away for certain. And I just ran away into my heart and into my head. And I just wanted to experience just private life for Bev. What it is that makes my heart sing, and just to stay creative and always enjoy the little girl in me and be able to share my love of home and life and God, always God. and just to stay positive with everything and forward move in creativity. So it was much needed. Okay, here's the changes to the wall. I decided up at the very top, smaller oval Florentines were placed at the very end. And then I pulled out the pictures from the landscaping artwork and to really take over more space here on the wall. It just, if you could see me, it just sort of was like, I'm just all crunched up over here, but everything was just so crowded. It wasn't all that great. And then up in the wind, so I just let it breathe, let it move out a little bit. And up on the curtain rod, I placed the basket. I just scooted it on into the round frame, and I will eventually get some dried floral to place up here. I hope you all do forgive me for running away, but I am back now and looking forward to sharing many adventures with you all. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others. I really need to get back into the algorithm.